Today we just landed in Osaka. The boys and I are going to go to one of the smallest islands in Japan.
We'll be leaving all of the neon and the flash, and we're going to be doing a Buddhist pilgrimage.
It's not only a physical journey, but it's a mental journey.
I'm really curious to see how detached I can become and whether or not I can become enlightened.
Vamos, vamos!
I've never seen anything this beautiful. This is crazy.
My brothers and I were cruising around central Osaka, and you just knew you were in Japan. You knew you were in one of those magical, famous urban landscapes that Japan does so well.
Just like you see on TV, it's just neon lights everywhere. I'd hate to see the electric bill for this country. It's absolutely insane. But it's so sexually driven. Everywhere we went, there was transvestites outside of bars.
BBC camera, transsexual.
Transsexual.
Japanese, yay! What's national?
Canada.
Canada. Oh, Canada, yay!
They come today.
Montreal.
If that's not a welcome to Japan, nothing is, eh?
Oh, my. Welcome to my home away from home here in Japan.
I've lived in Japan for a few years now, but I've never been to Shikoku, and I've never been to the 88 Temple Circuit. Shikoku Island is an isolated island, and not many Japanese people even get there. So it's not your regular tourist destination. We're going on a Zen pilgrimage walk around 88 temples. Me and my brothers are in for quite a unique journey.
Tonight, we're staying in a capsule hotel. It's really, really bizarre. It's quite interesting. It's a great way to spend the first night. What a cultural experience. I've always heard of them, and Jeff's always explained them to me, and I was always looking forward to getting in one, and here I am tonight. It's a great start to the trip.
These rooms are great.
This capsule hotel has 8 or 9 floors of capsule beds stacked on top of each other.
These things are fantastic. They're like honeycombs and bee blossoms. These things are great. They even got TVs. Good night, boys. Night, Bass. Night, Squids.
See you in the morning, boys.
All right, see you guys in the morning. Oh.
We made it today to Shikoku Island and the 88 Temple Circuit. It's a beautiful island, and it's nice to get away from the speed and pace of Osaka.
The whole atmosphere of this trip is completely going to change. This pilgrimage that we're trying to go on, it is a journey very different from what we've done before. It's very much we're going inward. When we arrived at Temple 1, I had a sense of calm.
Wow. First temple, boys.
These temples, they have such a calming effect. They're very peaceful and serene.
How different is this from Osaka yesterday?
Even that first temple, I could feel it in me and around me, and I think in the attitudes of Jeff and Steve.
This is serious Zen, fellas.
And that's just the first temple.
I think I'm feeling a little more detached already. Yeah, I think. Oh, hello, pilgrim-sama.
Arigato.
You look a little bit ridiculous, I think.
I think that the most interesting part of this trip for me so far has been talking to that monk today. He had clarity. He had something which a lot of people need.
How long has he been a monk?
Oba-sama wa nan kan wa.
I'm certainly glad we have Jeff with us on this trip because Japanese is a very difficult language.
He's 77. He's been a monk for 70 years.
Oh.
Since he was 7. Wow. Obo-sama, honto, really. In Satori, enlightenment wa sagashimasu. Inside.
Your mind. In your mind. Satori.
In your mind, in your heart, is enlightenment.
もう一人強い、綺麗な、美しい、ピュアなマインド。
Purity. Your heart is pure and you must find it. Maybe now cloudy.
He said it's there, it's just you have to find it.
Yep. 1 down, 87 to go.
After getting dressed and meeting Oba-sama at Temple 1 and becoming a little bit calm, we started on our journey. And we stepped out of Temple 1 and started walking for Temple 2.
We're off to find enlightenment. This is it?
Yeah, it's not much of a path.
The pathway led down the highway. And I was very disappointed, pretty pissed off, actually. I didn't want to be walking on the side of the road. I wanted a beautiful path with birds and crickets chirping and perhaps a river running beside it.
I'm not sure about finding enlightenment on the highway.
Nah.
It's a good lesson. You have to stop complaining and accept things for the way they are.
This is crap. Get me some woods.
This is serious, Sam. I'm really curious to see how detached I can become.
In your mind. Satori.
It's not only a physical journey, but it's a mental journey.
This is it?
It's not much of a path.
One thing I noticed, it's only old people doing this circuit. The young generation, kind of like us, they don't have time for this stuff. You know, they'd rather go and travel across India or they'd go to Europe where it's exciting and crazy. But we're learning about the Japanese culture. We're learning about Japan that very other few people, few foreigners, and especially young Westerners our age ever get to see.
We haven't seen any foreigners yet. There's no foreigners here. It's a very remote island in southern Japan, Shikoku. If foreigners do come to Japan, they go to Tokyo or Kyoto. They never make it to this remote island of Shikoku.
Okay, yeah, she said it's the first time she's seen three foreigners dressed up serious like real Ohenro-samas. She said, you look great. Ah, okay.
Number 6.
Number 6.
I am feeling like as you go along, you start to feel more relaxed and more calm.
And you're washing away the sins of the secular world and cleaning yourself for entry into spiritual world.
Proper calligraphy too.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so.
Arigato.
Shiki mu genni bi setsushi mu shiki soko mi soko mu kenkai nai shi mu I shiki kai mu myo yaku mu myo zin.
The Hana Shingyo, it's the Heart Sutra. It calms you. It's like meditation.
Hanya Shingo.
Tonight in the temple, we had a great meal with all the other pilgrims and beautiful food, a very Japanese-style dinner.
lots of food.
I have no idea how to eat any of this food, what goes with what.
Do you know how to use chopsticks?
Yeah.
Beautiful food, very foreign from what we're used to, and I love it.
Pickled radish.
Pickled radish?
We sat down at dinner with all the other pilgrims. They were all drinking beer. I was very surprised how much beer was on the tables. But the boys and I said, no, we're not drinking beer. Try not to look at young, attractive women. It's not going to be easy, but I think it's going to help clear the mind. Tonight, we went to a prayer session here in the temple. We read the prayer that we always read at each temple.
These Zen temples are incredible oases of spirituality and calm. For us to come here together and detach and to cut ourselves off from the crazy world that we generally live, it's important.
I think just after a while, and visiting these temples and the tranquility of these temples, there's a possibility that I will find an inner peace within myself. I think I can attain that.
It's crazy. So that's it, boys. We hit number 7 temple.
Tonight we're sleeping in a temple, on the floor, on mats. 82 more to go. What's good night in Japanese?
Oyasumi nasai.
What is it?
Oyasumi nasai.
Can I just say domo domo?
Yeah.
Domo domo.
Today's another big day on our 88 temple pilgrimage because we're going to hit a couple of spiritual and physical challenges today.
What are your shoes like, fellas?
Oh,
I've got good shoes.
my feet are gonna kill me. I've got bad shoes.
You knew you were going on a pilgrimage. I don't know why you'd wear those shoes.
We walked from Temple 11 to Temple 12, and it was a tough hike. It was what I was expecting more on this trip. The whole hike between Temples 11 and 12 is one of the fall-down hikes. It's a tough challenge. It's where people historically have encountered trouble, and there's been actually quite a few deaths along that route.
Starting to sweat. Sweating already.
We pushed our body and we pushed our mind, so it was a spiritual and it was a physical challenge for us. The physical and the mental are very connected. I think physical training helps clear your mind. It helps give you mental clarity. It was amazing. You were just walking, not thinking of anything. There was nothing in your head, just marching up the mountain to Temple 12.
Wow, these trees. Serious.
I'm feeling more detached, boys.
Yep.
Wow! Look at Cabot Trail.
A wonderful surprise on the hike was the Kobo Daishi statue. Kobo Daishi is everywhere. Kobo Daishi is the heart and soul of this Zen pilgrimage route. Kobo Daishi was born 1,200 years ago, and he started the 88 temple circuit. On the back of our white pilgrimage outfits are the words Dogyo Nin, It means two people walking together, which means the spirit of Kobo Daishi is with you at all times on your pilgrimage. Our staff represents Kobo Daishi, walking with Kobo Daishi, him giving you strength, him giving you power.
I still can't imagine when Kobo Daishi did it 1,200 years ago.
But there'd be no path.
No food stations, no drink stations.
I want to not only walk in the footsteps of Kobo Daishi, but I want to follow in his mental journey as well.
He's the man. Kobo Daishi's the man.
We want to get as close to enlightenment or nirvana as we can on this trip. So we've got a challenge ahead of us.
Nearly at the top.
That's the temple there, I think, isn't it? I hope it is.
Oh, my legs are killing me.
My neck's sore, too. I don't know if it's from looking down, walking up the hills.
It was a long walk. We walked for hours. It was hot, we were sweating, my muscles were sore, but we finally reached Temple 12 on the mountaintop, and what a good feeling. What a great feeling.
We made it. Yeah, that was a long walk. Black belt.
Yo, bro.
You're a black belt.
He had a 6th-degree black belt in karate. A 6th dan is what they call it here.
Wow. He hasn't even got into the legs.
And I tell you, he is in incredible shape.
Okay.
He was so flexible and so powerful and so quick.
Oh, shit. If I saw you, Takeshi! It's Takeshi! 30 years, he is one tough guy. Demon.
Serious practice now, okay?
He was concentrated. He was focused. What he was doing was Zen, through action, through doing.
Hey.
Ouch! Ow, I'm weak. My feet are weak.
Everything kind of almost ties back to this pilgrimage. It's all coming from within, an inner peace, an inner strength, and that's exactly what this journey is turning out to be.
That's as far as it goes.
We also had a quick introduction to the art of archery. And again, such a strong, quiet, concentration type of exercise.
The Japanese culture is just such a beautiful and precise, spirited, mental culture. Everything's perfect and precise, and it's beautiful to watch the discipline they have and the care that they take in everything that they do. The Japanese are really impressing me as I go further and further along in this pilgrimage.
When you do Kyudo, is your mind clear?
その先生は無心なのか。
目標はここにあるんです。心の中に。
He had a target already. So, of course, I was watching the target, but I was fighting myself. So, you are right. I was not thinking.
How do you clear your mind when you're doing this?
それがもう静かな時、本当に気持ちいい。パッと開く。Sorry, I can't tell you still. So, I'm practicing now, still.
Still
Still
trying to practice the program. And you've been doing this for 50 years.
Of course, me too. I want to know.
Yes.
So please tell me.
Wow. And he's been doing this for 50 years. Oh, wow.
Still, he is thinking about that.
Wow. Yes.
A lot of these people that we're asking, they don't have answers either, and they're twice our age, and they've come a lot closer to Buddha and to Zen Buddhism that we have, and they're still searching. So I think that's a bit of a realization for me that maybe you'll get through this entire lifetime and you'll be really no closer to where you were when you started.
Arigato. Hi. Abate.
It's not easy. You're searching for something that's elusive. You can't put your finger on. No one can really show it to you. No one can really explain it to you.
Today is a rather important day in our journey. We come to one of the 4 spiritual checkpoints. Along the pilgrimage, there's 4 spiritual checkpoints.
It's a cosmic check. Something spiritually stops you from going by. One woman once got her hair tangled in the bell rope and couldn't go forward. I don't know what'll happen if I'm not spiritually worthy, but something cosmic-wise stops you from going forward.
It was about 5 after 5 when we were quite close to the spiritual checkpoint, and we thought for sure that the temple would have been closed. Now, if the temple had been closed, that means that we wouldn't have been able to carry on, because you have to go through this spiritual checkpoint in order to carry on in your pilgrimage.
I hope this isn't closed.
This journey is tough. It's not easy. Gravity's pulling us toward Temple 88.
I hope this isn't closed.
Is that the gate?
Yeah.
The gate's open?
Gate's
open. Yeah.
Wow.
Gravy.
I didn't expect that.
Might be spiritual worthy to continue our trip. Oh, that is a relief.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
I don't want to mess up the karma on this one. This is an important one.
Kobo Daishi must have been with us. We were able to squeeze in and do our usual ritual, and I think we passed, 19 temples behind us.
I'm spiritually exhausted after that hike.
We made it. We passed the first checkpoint.
You can feel those stairs in your legs after today.
My knees are wobbly.
Yeah, mine too.
When we were in the spiritual checkpoint temple, the lady gave us some sweets as a gift. And I think that was just, it reconfirmed the whole fact that we passed the test of the spiritual checkpoint. That was, to me, that was a gift saying, yeah, you can go on. You can continue on your journey.
This is perfect. Last night we stayed at an amazing old temple, and it was a traditional temple with the irori fireplace inside and the small boemon buro, the bath. And we arrived very late, and we were very tired, and we slept, and we missed morning prayer this morning. I'm a bit shell-shocked at the moment. 5:15 in the morning, the door slammed open, and we had a monk yelling at us, furious.
Really, really, really angry with us. I mean, he was pounding on the door and he was yelling at us all in Japanese, and I had no idea what was going on.
He's apologizing to the monk.
He is?
Yeah. A few of us young people basically missed the prayer time, and he went around pounding on all the doors, yelling, screaming at not just us, down the line.
He said, "You've got to be serious." He said, "Are you serious? Are you pilgrims? Are you serious pilgrims?" So he was angry. He said, "Why are you here? You're dressed in white, you're wearing white, you're a pilgrim. What are you doing?"
I understand. It makes sense. It's right. It's true.
Crazy way to start our day. So it makes it difficult. Isn't it all about peace and love and kindness and compassion? But yet these monks are just going apeshit on our heads. That's creating even more questions in our minds.
I think it was good because on a big trip like this, you lose focus. And then you become complacent. And sometimes you need someone to yell at you to regain your concentration. So I didn't like being yelled at, and I was surprised to be yelled at by a monk, but I needed it.
Oh, great, fellas. Here's a path.
Oh, you found the path of enlightenment?
Kobodaishi's bathing hole is supposed to be just around here.
Don't know if I'll be swimming in any of that.
That doesn't look too clean for me. I think this was his bathing hole, I'd say.
It looks like it, but it's pretty dirty.
We decided not to swim in that because it was absolutely disgusting. It was very dirty. It was stagnant water.
That would have been nice when it was 1,000 years ago when it was clean.
But the pool we did find to swim in was fantastic. At one point, I swam out towards the rocks, just where the waves, big waves, was breaking. And that was a lot of fun. Like, you really had to hold on to the rocks to not get bashed up against the side of the rocks by the waves.
It was perfect, you know, getting to share these things with my brothers. You know, you'd think maybe I'd get tired of these guys, but we keep doing these crazy trips together and we just can't get enough of it. There's nobody else I'd want to do it with.
That is a nice kobo.
After we went for the swim, we went to Kobodaishi's cave. That's where he was supposed to have gained enlightenment.
We're with the tourist pilgrim bus.
Just as we got there, a huge tour bus full with pilgrims rolled up. I was a bit frustrated when I saw this big tour bus pull up. It was nice, though, when we got into the cave. They were chanting the Heart Sutra. It was very soothing and calm and had a nice, steady rhythm to it. So it was nice being in the cave with them.
Good luck. No more. Goodbye. I want to sit here. I want to stay here for a few hours and just sit here. Meditate and get all the crap out of my head.
You wouldn't be able to relax in here. You'd get those big buses of tourists coming in here, saying their prayers, sprinting in, sprinting out. There's no way of relaxing in here and trying to let your mind clear.
We should go outside then and sit somewhere beside the ocean and try to clear our heads or meditate or just think of nothing.
So we decided to go down the beach to this huge rock outcropping that just overlooked the ocean.
Ah, if we can get up there, no tour bus is catching us up there.
I was pretty nervous. I don't like heights. I don't like heights at all.
That's not going to be easy.
We're not experienced climbers. And I was just thinking, you know, what in the hell are we doing? We got to be careful. You know, one slip and you break your back, you break your arms, legs, bloody concussion. I was just thinking to myself, you know, what are we doing? This is pretty crazy.
Going up is easy. Coming down is going to be a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Yeah.
He said, you've got to be serious. He said, you know, why are you here?
That's creating even more questions in our minds.
Why are we doing this?
I have no idea. Wow. This is bloody crazy. Oh, what a view.
We made it. We got up to the top. We each kind of went to our own little spot, and we just sat in silence. It was nice because it gave me some time to think and kind of reflect on the trip and how I see it.
Nothingness or clearness or emptiness, that's enlightenment. But how you get clearness and how you get emptiness is by not thinking. But how can you not think about trying to reach it? I don't know, it's confusing. It's like a big circle.
Enlightenment's kind of reaching nirvana of a complete emptiness. You think of nothing. I think that'd be pretty boring. You know, I don't quite understand that yet.
We're looking, we're searching, we're thinking. And I think that's what this trip's all about. We may not find the answers. We may not find exactly what we're looking for, but we're going to find other things along this road.
This is a nice temple. Cool.
They're all nice temples. Everyone.
Again, look, pick the place for the people.
When we got to the Temple 27,
Hi, konnichiwa. Genki?
we met a monk, and he was a fabulous person. He was very generous and kind and welcoming, and he taught us a lot. The monk invited us into the temple, and I was expecting that he was going to sit us down in front of the Buddha and the altar and start preaching, but he completely did something unexpected, and we walked around to the side, and then he opened a door, and it was beautiful greenery and plants and trees. And he said, "This is a picture."
This is the door, but this is also the picture.
And nature is important.
Yes. Living happily, what does that mean? Enjoyment is most important. To open the gate without speaking, only to hear the bird singing, looking at the butterfly, or the green, or the smelling sound, the waves or the clouds. Sometimes we must go out from the town to original nature. Komodachi walking alone, all the time alone, and thinking inside his mind, and communication with nature made him very great man. And Komodachi is climbing themselves.
Climbing?
Yeah.
Really?
Want to challenge himself and want to gain the more pure nature.
Nagasaki-sama.
Thank you. Arigato.
Come again.
I'd like to come.
Your teaching today
It's very good.
helps us a lot on our path.
Yes.
Yesterday, we got our first batch of bad weather. It's religious training for us to walk in the cold and the rain. It wasn't fun. I think the path to enlightenment is not fun.
The thing is, you're supposed to try to see the good in everything, try to take the positive out of things and not the negative, but when it's pouring with rain, I found it very difficult to stay positive. It wasn't nice. I was freezing cold.
I'm exhausted and cold. So, yeah, I'm getting a bad cold. This is ridiculous. This is what reaching nirvana is all about. I don't know if I'm too keen about it. Spiritual training. You tell me that someone in nirvana would say this is fun? I don't think so.
No, I don't think
Happiness?
Last night, we were cold and tired and walking in the dark, and then we saw the warm lights of a Japanese vending machine.
In the middle of nowhere.
Rock, look, in the middle of nowhere. What do you guys want on you?
Anything hot.
I can't tell you how much I love Japanese vending machines. Whoever invented them, I'd like to give them a big hug.
Now this, to me, is nirvana. Happy days, getting a hot coffee. Wow.
That's awesome.
How much farther do we have to go?
Well, I don't know. Just keep walking till we can find a place to stay. I'll take anything.
It wasn't fun, just walking along in the cold rain at night. It's a place you never want to be, you know, you're never happy and it's difficult.
Oh, it'd be nice to warm up.
This is gonna feel so nice.
This will feel like nirvana.
We did get a reward for our hard day yesterday. We went to Japan's oldest onsen, oldest bathhouse, and it was stunning. It was a privilege. One of the pools within the onsen is the water of the gods, and it's like heaven.
Now this is happiness, boys. Oh, it's beautiful.
Ah, boys. My head is clear. Everything about the onsen is just a place of calm and tranquility, and it's soothing, and all your muscles are relaxing. Your brain starts to relax, and all these questions and all this stress and all this tension and all this confusion starts to leak out of your mind.
That's why I don't understand nirvana. You know, if you're trying to reach that, and you're always thinking of reaching nirvana, you're always thinking. How can you be relaxing, have an empty mind?
Emptiness is fullness, fullness is emptiness. I think sometimes it's all just words. It's just garbage, I don't know. It confuses me.
If you go and spend your life devoting like these people have, you're going to reach something higher.
And how do you know my nirvana is the same as yours? Like, my happiness might be something completely different, and I might say I reach nirvana, and you say, Krusty, that's not nirvana for me, but it is for me.
I think you have to just give everything away.
I couldn't do that. I don't want nothing. I want something in life.
But that something you want is nothing.
No, it's not. That's the thing. Not right now, not at this juncture in my life. I don't want nothing.
I agree with you, and I think maybe if we were serious about it, and you've really read and studied about Buddhism, it wouldn't be just about this one life. It would be about several lives, reincarnation, and moving up in that reincarnated world.
So what you're saying is we'd have to do this trip about 200 times to get a fully understanding of what this is going.
I'm too tired. My head's too tired. My body's too sore for this garbage right now. My head's full again. I can't empty my head.
Okay.
The journey's half over, physically. Yeah, I'm sore and cold. Spiritually, I'm a long, long, long way from being halfway to nirvana or halfway to enlightenment.
We only got one checkpoint left. One checkpoint left.
Today we went to Temple 66. It was our last spiritual checkpoint. I mean, it was high. It was just perched on the top of a high mountain in the middle of nowhere. To hike up there would have been, I think it's a 12-hour hike. So at this stage of the game, we decided to take the cable car, not only to save our legs, but for the view as well.
Ikura, how much? Ooh, $60. Boys, I don't have enough money to get to Nirvana.
I need some more money. Yeah, that's expensive. Although, if we walked, how long would it be? 12 hours or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's money well spent.
I bet Kobodashi would have preferred the cable.
Here's your ticket to Nirvana.
If I don't get there, do I get my money back?
I never knew you could take a cable car to Nirvana.
I was a bit skeptical at first, like we were cheating.
Beats walking. If I had it my way, I'd have a cable car in every one of them.
But it wasn't too bad, you know. It gave spectacular views, windows on all sides of the gondola, and you could just see around the entire mountain and hills and valley, just covered in green, lush trees.
Domo.
Thank you. Arigato.
We're up here, man.
Yeah, we're up here in the clouds.
When we made it up to Temple 66, we were in for quite a surprise. 500 statues scattered all around the temple complex.
These things are weird.
They were representations of 500 different Buddhas that had gained enlightenment. Some of them looked almost crazy. You know, maybe that's enlightenment. Maybe if you reach enlightenment, you do go a little bit crazy.
These are fantastic.
Some of them are pretty ghoulish looking, aren't they?
It was like walking through a crowd of silent people. Maybe one of the most unique sights on our whole pilgrimage.
Here, that's probably the coolest thing I've seen on this trip so far.
It really was an interesting temple. And maybe it's because it was different. A lot of the temples were quite similar, these statues. It really changed the atmosphere.
It takes so long.
Buddha.
Sleeping Buddha.
Now we're starting around on the trail towards Temple 88. And our time is dwindling. And the whole idea of enlightenment in Satori, for me now, is very confusing.
I haven't reached enlightenment and I haven't reached nirvana. And I still don't understand what nirvana really, truly is.
I thought it was going to be a lot easier and more straightforward this trip. But questions just keep arising. Enlightenment, what it is, nirvana, what we're looking for, what we're searching for, why we're doing this trip.
Nope, not getting that way.
We're trudging through a path in the woods, and the path suddenly seemed to disappear, really.
We kind of got lost and got off the main path and got onto a side path, and we were kind of working our way through the woods. It wasn't easy.
No wonder no one goes to Nirvana. This path is too difficult.
Huh? Doesn't entirely make sense. Would we really be doing walking in this deep jungle? I don't know. Doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Here's your ticket to Nirvana.
I thought it was going to be a lot easier and more straightforward this trip. Enlightenment, what it is, nirvana, what we're looking for.
I wouldn't mind soaking my feet here for a minute or two.
As we were going around the bridge, we came to a lovely little pool beside a waterfall, and it was perfectly timed. We were hot, tired. It was a perfect place for a rest. We put our feet in. It was nice just sitting around the pool beside the waterfall and just relaxing, just listening to nature.
So I think today we got a very strong sign, a bit of an epiphany from nature. It was a small spiritual moment.
I looked up, and then I noticed way up above us, the waterfall kept going. It must have been 200 feet above us.
That is nice.
It was just beautiful, such a peaceful moment. One thing about this trip is it seems there's been so many Zen moments, so many peaceful, quiet, just tranquil moments of this trip. We're a bit clearer now, so when we see little things, we stop and take notice, like leaves falling or little caterpillars walking along, plants or trees, and you can take appreciation from them.
The beginning of the trip, I struggled. I struggled a lot with where is it? How do you find it? This enlightenment, I struggled. But at the beginning, at temple number 1, the Obo-san, the monk, told us before we set out that Satori, enlightenment is inside you. Over the course of the trip, I found that that's where it was. Enlightenment was inside me all the time.
This is it. This is where we leave the sticks.
But I do think I found something. All you need is some calm, some peace. Go to a forest, sit by a stream. I now know where to look. just look within. Look inside yourself. Look inside your soul. Look inside your heart. And you'll find happiness.
Journeys like this, they don't stop. Life is a continuous journey, and questions are always going to be there. And sometimes you won't get the answers, but you know, you keep going, and maybe one question will fade, but others will come up, and there'll never, ever be an end to the questions that you'll come across.
That is beautiful. The boys and I are going home, going back to Cape Breton.
Oh, look at that.
We're hitting the Cabot Trail. I can't wait.
It's a wonderful place. It's magnificent. I've never been to a nicer place in the world.
We live pretty far away now. The feeling's always the same. It's just such a special feeling going home.
Vamos, vamos!
I've never seen anything this beautiful.
This is crazy.
The first thing we needed to do before we got to Cape Breton Island was get a set of wheels. So we went to visit a local legend, Johnny.
Johnny has a little bit of everything, I think.
Welcome to Nova Scotia, All's Cove, the road to Cape Breton. Postcard for you, postcard.
Thank you.
Welcome to All's Cove Lobster Suppers, just before the beautiful Cancer Causeway.
John's a good character. He's a nice guy. He's a funny fella. You know, he's a real live wire.
2100, my friend.
100?
900.
No. We need $2,000, not a cent less. It's ready for the road.
It is ready?
Now.
It looks a bit dodgy, though. It does, I don't know. Does it run?
Well, actually, it drives.
Okay.
You and I can run, but it drives.
There it is. What's that noise? Doesn't sound too great. Johnny, there's a lot of rust on this thing.
Well, you know, color contrast. Two-tone vehicles sometimes the most popular.
We'll give you 1,000 cash.
What?
1,000 cash right here.
Best I can do, I think, is $1,675.
1,600?
Okay. Here. Shake on it, my newfound friend.
And you
we'll
said...
still throw in a bottle of windshield washer.
Now all we needed to do was get a set of temporary license plates, and we'd be on our way to Cape Breton.
Thanks, Dad. We'll see you.
Thank you. All of Hasta Vista.
Cape Breton is an island in the province of Nova Scotia, Canada, with a very distinct identity. On this trip, we're planning to tour the northern part of the island, around the Cabot Trail.
We haven't been on the Cabot Trail for a long while, and that is one serious drive.
This is a very remote spot in Canada. Most all of the visitors who come to Canada go to the west coast. Go Calgary, the Rocky Mountains, Vancouver, and I think it's one of the best places in Canada.
Cancer Causeway.
There it is.
You never know what to expect on the Cabot Trail. A moose could step out in front of you, a deer, a bear. You'll meet wonderful people, and the scenery should be spectacular.
Home sweet home, boys.
My heart was beating quickly as we drove across, and we stopped once we crossed the causeway and just got out to appreciate the moment. It took a couple of minutes to stand on Cape Breton soil.
Cape Breton. Nice. Cape Breton, baby.
Weather.
Cape Breton.
Nice.
Beautiful. Let's go, boys. Let's go say hi to Mom and Dad.
Mom's home cooking a couple of beer.
My brothers and I, we live in different parts of the world. Chris in Australia, Steve in London, me in Tokyo. So we don't get to see each other so often. So when we do, it's a special time. And when we get to see each other together here in Cape Breton and go on this kind of road trip, it's great.
Oh, it's beautiful here. Compared to anywhere in the world, it's beautiful here. Just so fresh and clean and green and just about home. Yeah.
A special feeling today for me, getting back home to see my parents.
It's always good to come back and see them and spend as much time as we possibly can with them. They're special people. I love them very much. Family is the most important thing to me in the world. So it's great to be home. It's great to be back in Cape Breton.
How you doing, pal?
It's nice to see them come home because we get a chance to share things with them. Carol likes to have them home so she can spoil them.
They had such fantastic experiences. I feel really blessed because they've given me an awful lot more than I've given them, and now they're teaching me.
What's this? Ooh, what's cooking?
It's Poppy's moose soup.
Moose soup? Moose soup? That smells so good.
Get you made it.
So what's the story in you guys? What are the plans now here?
Now we got this truck. We're gonna cruise around the Cabot Trail.
You just got here.
Yeah.
What do you mean, when?
We'll only go, well, maybe tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah. We're coming back. We'll go for a week or 10 days, and then we'll come back and spend some time with you.
You get rid of us tomorrow.
Maybe if you treat us nice after we're done the trip, you can have the truck.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give it to you as a present.
If you're able to get it around the trail.
Bit of music?
Yeah, probably an understatement.
After dinner, we went with our mum and dad to a kitchen party, hosted by Cape Breton's famous Bear McNeil's.
As drunk as us.
The party spilled out into the living room, where everybody with an instrument joined in the music.
I do feel a little bit embarrassed saying I'm a Cape Bretoner and not being able to play music. Might try to start learning an instrument. That way I don't feel like such a lump sitting in the corner in a pub. But at least gives me more time to drink, eh? So it's never a bad thing.
After a very late night, we got up early in the morning to hit the road.
We'll be back when we're hungry. We were all excited and ready to roll and get out on the Cabot Trail, and it didn't start.
What the f***? Isn't that starting?
What the hell?
We knew it was dodgy and might not make the trip, but on the first day, I never expected it. To say the least, we were a little pissed off. $1,600 spent on a truck that didn't work. We weren't too happy. Piece of garbage.
Screw it, man. You know nothing about cars. Just leave it.
Cape Breton. We made it home.
Well, we didn't have much luck to the start of our trip this morning.
Isn't that starting?
What the hell?
We got a bit lucky because Dad has a camper van, so although we were reluctant to ask him to borrow it.
Who's asking him?
I don't want to ask him.
I'm not asking him. Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, okay.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You ask him.
I felt like garbage going up, knocking on the door.
Truck's not starting.
What?
It's his absolute baby, and he loves camping and getting out to the woods, and he takes such good care of this van. I just hope he don't damage it or anything. His dad will shoot us.
Can't believe that car's broken already.
Oh, I can't. Fiddlemaker?
So it's nice to be cruising around in the camper van. You have plenty of window space, plenty of room to stretch your legs, and I mean, you have great views.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind picking up a couple cases of beer and just having a fire, just somewhere up there.
Just the panoramic views that some of these twisting roads have to offer are breathtaking. Cape Breton is it's an amazing place, and today was at its brightest and best.
Nice to be home.
Oh.
The first leg of our journey started in St. Anne's Bay, where we headed north up the Cabot Trail.
cities, most countries have great big monster bridges or super fast ferries.
No better place on earth to be working on a nice day like today than the English Town Ferry.
Yeah, nice when it's nice day.
But today we took the English Town Ferry. It's a small barge. It's dragged back and forth across the strait by a big metal cable. It's just a fun, another unique bit of Cape Breton culture.
Looks good to me. This is old. What a friggin' beauty. Here it is.
We started our day off with a great kayak trip with our good buddy. Angelo took us out. He has a kayak business, and man, what a day.
Very well. All right.
Angelo, this is fabulous.
Woo! Heaven in a kayak. Yeah, I'm sure if they have kayaks in heaven, this is where it'd be.
The water was like a mirror. It was calm, there was no breeze, and we also had the chance to see some bald eagles.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, my Lord.
While Angelo made us a snack, we explored a beautiful hidden waterfall.
You forget how beautiful this place is. Cape Breton is a jewel, to say the least. It's a special place.
Cheers to a hell of a day kayaking.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You don't get better
We were treated to a boil-up, traditional tea boil-up, and Angelo had some homemade bread and some rhubarb jam. Just a perfect way for a little camp out.
Yep. I could do this every day. 24/7.
We ended the morning kayaking session with Angelo playing one of the tunes he's written. And wow, just such a nice way to end the morning. He's a talented musician. There's so many talented musicians in this island.
Nice place.
After that, we went to another friend of ours, Otis. An interesting character.
Otis.
He makes fiddles.
How you going, fella? How are you? Good to see you. Hey. Nice to see you. You built this and your house?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this place was just woods when we came. I mean, yeah, I've always been kind of a do-it-yourselfer, you know.
So how do you make a real Cape Breton fiddle?
Well, I suppose you start with real Cape Breton wood.
You do?
I mean, this is from a red maple tree over in Marguerite, this one. But I've got other stuff upstairs, wood that came from just right over across the road.
Wow. But you never realize how much time is put into such a beautiful instrument when you pick it up, hey?
There's a lot of love in a Cape Breton fiddle, I think, Otis.
Yeah, well, I think it helps if you like what you're doing. You always do better work that way.
He showed us a few of the blocks of the sugar maples that he made some of the fiddles from.
Round log here, cut into wedges like a pie all the way around. And so each of those pieces, then I'll rip them down on the bandsaw so I can open them up. And they'll be like a matched, you know,
Look at that.
the book matched set for the back of the fiddle. Yeah. I've got a fiddle in here.
Seeing a raw block of wood and then the transformed finished product of a fiddle. Wow.
So that's the grain you were talking about. You put the two together and boom.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, that is
So that's from that same, that same log that we were looking at the wood there a minute ago.
It's like a tiger, isn't it?
Yeah.
He even played a little jig for us. Great fella. Gotta love his beard as well.
classic. We need to get
We stopped at a general store in Wreck Cove. We saw a few sou'westers in the back of the store.
I's the buys the builds the boat. I's the buys the sails her. I's the buys the catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. You could wear these in the pub in case you spilled beer over your head.
We picked them up because we're going to be going out on the ocean with, later in the week with some lobster fishermen and maybe mussel farmers. And you never know what the weather's going to be like in these parts.
Right. Yeah, let's get them. Let's get. All right, let's buy a couple of these.
Yes, it is. Beautiful night, the sun setting into the ocean.
How was that sound? You boys hear that?
We started to have a bit of car trouble. There's a loud clicking or ticking underneath in the engine somewhere. Doesn't sound good.
That's it, yeah. I don't know anything about cars.
Neither do I. Well, nobody tell Dad about this.
Not unless we have to.
Just take it back and then fly back to Australia and London and Japan. Don't say anything. My brothers and I, we live in different parts of the world. When we get to see each other together here in Cape Breton and go on this kind of road trip, it's great.
The noise the van was making seemed to go away in the morning, so we continued on to Aspy Bay. Up at 3:45 this morning, pretty shattered.
We got up this early this morning because we are going out with a mussel farmer. And I have no idea why mussels have to get up so early.
A mere 5 hours. The Aspy Rift is one of the best places for mussels because it's the intertidal zone that it's in. Just gives it the perfect amount of tide that can wash them and give them food.
And they just hang on the ropes, so the bay is full of ropes.
The bay is full of ropes, lines. They're all lines.
Really?
Usually you harvest it in the fall, and you don't want anything much bigger than that.
So that's the spat, the baby mussels.
Yep.
And you grow this.
Right. We take that, the mussels.
Yep.
You put them inside of these socks.
So where do you grow that spat? In a different,
no, same area.
You grow it in the bay. In the bay.
So then you put the spat in these socks, you fill them up, and this is biodegradable cotton.
Oh, really?
So the cotton will go within a month or two, and then the mussels will come outside of the socks. Through them?
Yeah.
And the sock will be like that. And that's what the mussels are grown on.
And they just grow on the big rope, that's
right.
sock.
All right. Here we go.
Boys and girls.
The water's clear today, isn't it?
Oh.
Captain, it's too nice of a day today.
We couldn't have asked for a more perfect morning. The water was like glass, just like a mirror, absolutely beautiful and still, very little wind. I can only imagine some of the conditions they go out in. It's nasty sleet and hail, fog, snow even.
It's a lot of work.
I never knew how much work went into cultivating mussels. But not only are these guys fishermen that need, to be tough, they have to know about water temperatures, wind, currents, ice. They have to test the mussels all the time to make sure that they're not being polluted. So it's a serious process, and it was really neat to see.
Oh, they're easy to strap, Robert.
Sometimes they can be pretty.
Are they pretty stuck on there?
I give maximum respect to these people, bending all day long, pulling up a sleeve of mussels, cutting them off, taking them over 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, 8 months a year. It's tough work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everything back. A lot of leaning over, a lot of...
So we're gonna check the meat yield in this. So
There's a bit of meat in there, eh?
There you go.
Here you go, Bass. You love your raw stuff.
Looks nice. It's not bad, actually.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah?
It's more
A little
coming
squeeze of lemon for the next one, please. Just a small squeeze of lemon, and I'm right there.
You'll have to check the lunch can.
Bring on
Yeah, you put a little bit on.
Later in the day, we went down to 4 Mile Beach. Beautiful, beautiful remote beach. And had it all to ourselves. Lit up a fire on the beach and just Jeff, Steve, and I cooking up these mussels that we harvested ourselves.
Those are nice.
You don't get fresher than that. We just pulled these ourselves.
That's perfect.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, I guess these will go.
Yeah.
Mmm.
Oh, beautiful.
Then we went to Meat Cove. We made it all the way to the tip top of the island, Meat Cove, and what a drive. The weather changed. It was sunny in the morning, beautiful, but then the weather switched, and it got a bit dirty this afternoon. And not too bad. I mean, that's Cape Breton. You just roll with it.
That's a $1 million view, that. That is a $1 million view.
We got a great camping spot tonight. The northernmost point of Cape Breton. And boy, oh boy, it's isolated and it is gorgeous. It's nice to come back to Cape Breton Island and look at where we used to live from a foreigner's eyes instead of a local's. I think being away for so many years, it's giving us a nice fresh look at yeah, what we left and what's here in our backyard. "2:45 a.m. We're just getting up. We're gonna go do some lobster fishing." Yeah, it's not easy getting up this early. But once you get out there in that water... I really don't know how the boys do this day in and day out, getting up this early. It feels like I should be really going to bed now after a big stomp and party, not getting up, getting ready to go lobster fishing. What a morning.
Oh, that doesn't describe it, man. Look at the harbor.
We got to the wharf when it was still dark, and we caught up with Alan. They call him Wild Alan.
Do you think we'll get any winds out there today, or?
No, it's gonna be calm all day.
Is it? Sweet.
Kindest, biggest-hearted fella that you'll ever meet.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it.
And we set off at 4:30 a.m. You know, that's what time the fishermen go out. Actually, Alan wanted to go out at 3 a.m. And we said, look, can we push it back?
This is probably one of the nicest days you could be out and about today.
Just before 5 a.m., before the sun was creeping over the horizon, the boat, we started having some troubles.
Are we in trouble now?
We had just left the docks and we were steaming out into the ocean to check the traps, and the engine broke.
Amid this beauty and peacefulness, there was a bit of worry and stress. It's nice to come back to Cape Breton Island and look at where we used to live from a foreigner's eyes instead of a local's. We were just bobbing in the water. I was kind of glad that it broke down because it gave us the chance to just sit there still, just floating, drifting in the water, watching the sun burst out of the ocean.
Oh, look at that! $1 million.
Well, Bill, $200 million sunrise.
That is $1 million sunrise.
You see this flat piece of ground in here?
Yeah.
In the hollow, we get down there, you see it a little better? Yeah. A great-grandfather lived there for a while.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, Wild Al, do you know why they call it Meat Cove?
Yeah, they call it Meat Cove because Europeans were coming here centuries ago. And what they used to do was
kill the animals and take the hides and leave the meat. When the fishermen would come here in the spring, there was a huge smell of rotten flesh, and that's why they called it the Meat Cove.
Well, Al, what's the plan?
Well, I guess we'll give her a whirl and see if she's gonna crank over for us.
Alan got her going. Funny thing was, after we'd used all our water, he resorted to pouring tea into the engine to make sure we had enough water in it.
That's up past Sydney.
Yeah, but how far, like, distance-wise, you reckon?
Probably 60 miles from the coastline, straight.
Hey, there you go. Look at that. Oh, crazy.
I couldn't believe how many whales we saw. It seemed every time we'd turn around, we'd see a beautiful big whale breaching and coming out.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Go over there. That's fantastic.
Because his boat broke down, we couldn't fish from his boat. We had to switch. He called his brother, Simon. And we switched boats, got onto his brother's boat, and did the fishing from there.
The lobster fishing was great. It's a lot of work, it's hard. Those traps are heavy, they're about 65 pounds. And they have 275 traps down. They work about 10 hours a day, hauling 270 traps up, 6 days a week. So the boys are tough, but they're always smiling. They love it. You know, they love being outdoors. And I can't blame them.
So you measure them up and then you put on the rubber?
Yeah. Yep. If it's 81, then it's America that goes in there.
All right.
And if it's 79, that goes in there.
All right.
Well, you get a better price for America. You get $5. And for Canada, you get $4.50. So, well, see, you don't make the market or the Canada, so he's coming over.
Later on, it won't last long.
See you later, buddy.
Eggs.
Wow.
Caviar.
Yeah. It's illegal to keep females with eggs, so they go back in the water to ensure a healthy stock in the future.
See you, love.
After getting off the boat, we got to see an extra large lobster.
Holy Frank, serious lobster. That's a serious
You
lobster.
get a pot full of those, boy, and that's a meal, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
What a beautiful. I bet you she'd...
Beautiful creature.
This thing would probably be... How old would this thing be? 10 years? 15 years?
Oh, no, it would be close to 100, I would say.
100 years
old?
No.
Oh, yes.
50 years old. So somewhere between 50 and 100 years old.
Once it gets kind of big, it take a long while to grow anymore.
Really? That thing. Wow. There's not many of these left in the sea, eh? We're more than half down the trail, and now we're heading down the west coast, heading back south.
the colors in this forest are beautiful.
Yeah.
Such a nice soft
Today,
green.
we stopped along the Cabot Trail at the Lone Shieling. It's an old shepherd's hut, and we walked through one of the oldest hardwood forests in Canada. What a great scene it was.
It's quite the place. Rocks, straw, all natural, eh?
Stone shepherd's hut.
Look how thick the walls are. That's about 2 foot. You'd still freeze in the wintertime.
Yeah, it's colder in here than it is outside.
You drive through the window.
Come on.
Just before we got to Pleasant Bay, we stopped off in Gampo Abbey. It's a Shambhala Buddhist monastery. And beautiful setting right there on the ocean. The most tranquil, peaceful place.
You wouldn't think you'd see one of these in Cape Breton, eh?
And it was nice just strolling around the stupa and enjoying the peacefulness.
The boys and I, we said a little prayer, you know, just to say thanks for this great weather that we're having here. And just thankful for being a Cape Bretoner. You know, it's a special place.
The more time I spend here, the more time I find I'm asking myself, why aren't I here?
We continued driving around the Cabot Trail today, and the Cabot Trail is an incredible drive. I mean, it might be one of the most stunning roads that I've ever seen in all my travels. Every corner, every turn, every hill just provides incredible sight.
We're home. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so proud. Every time I drive around this Cabot Trail, I'm so proud to call Cape Breton Island home.
This is exactly what I think of when I think of home. Right here. You don't get nicer than that. Jeez.
We're more than half down the trail. We're enjoying it, but it's moving too quick.
Beautiful.
There he is.
And I couldn't believe it last night. The boys and I were collecting firewood to have a boil up of lobster on the beach. And as we were collecting firewood, we seen this big moose come ambering over the hill.
You can call him in.
Give him a call. Want me to call him, boys?
Yeah, give him a call.
I'll bring him in.
Where'd you learn that moose call? You might be scaring him away.
Oh, I'm not. I haven't practiced in a while. We started running towards it to get a better look at it, and it just didn't move. As we got closer and closer, it just sat there eating, chewing away, and we could hear it. We were getting so close. We could hear it eating.
Get any closer to a moose without almost touching it. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna go see if I can feed him some grass. It was unbelievable. I've never, ever been that close to a moose before in my life. What a beautiful evening last night. It was absolutely incredible. So we decided to just camp on the beach, you know? We took the lobster that we caught with Wild Al, his brother Simon, chucked her in a pot and chucked the pot in the fire and boiled her up right there.
Check it. We had the best restaurant and the best food in the world last night. A lobster boil up on the beach. It epitomizes the beauty of Cape Breton. When you catch your own lobster, and you sit down on the beach and cook them yourself.
Oh, how good is that?
Here's the Wild Allen.
Oh,
Captain Allen.
He's a good man.
I think it makes the lobster taste even better than it really is. Just the location, you know, right beside the Atlantic Ocean, beside a fire. It was a fitting way to end such a glorious day yesterday.
Today we hiked the Skyline Trail. It's on the west coast of northern Cape Breton. It was my first time at the Skyline Trail, and again, Cape Breton blows me away with the beauty that exists here. Some of it's hidden, and you have to work for it a little bit, but it's right here for you to see and enjoy.
Look at that trail. Just hugs.
Absolutely stunning.
And look at that, look. The way that road just hugs the whole way.
Incredible.
I thought last night when we seen that moose and we were about 10 feet away, it was the most incredible thing that I had ever seen. But today, it was doubled. I was blown away. We came upon a cow and its calf. Beautiful, beautiful animals. And again, we came within 10 feet of them. I mean, we used to go hunting and fishing and hiking with my dad all the time, so we pretty much grew up in the woods. And I'd never been that close to a moose in my life.
Even though the moose let us get close, we knew we had to be careful because the mother moose could aggressively defend her calf if she feels threatened.
Ridiculous. I've never seen anything this close like this before in my life. And the other bonus was when we left the Skyline Trail, and lo and behold, there is a big beautiful black bear just on the side of the road, just standing there. It's just getting better and better. You know, who knows? I'll probably see a flying pig tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised.
Today the van broke down. It just wouldn't start. And it was a problem. Big problem.
It's completely dead. Completely dead.
This is terrible. Good, boys. Jim's gonna kill us.
The good thing was that it broke down just as we were arriving at the Glenora distillery. And I mean, what better of a place to have your car break down than in front of a whiskey distillery?
I'm gonna need a serious drink of whiskey.
This is ridiculous.
So we had to push it the rest of the way, all the way to the distillery, which was absolutely ridiculous.
Well, this is okay, boys. We're just working up a thirst for the whiskey.
This trail is magnificent.
The more time I spend here, the more time I find I'm asking myself, why aren't I here?
This is ridiculous. My legs are burning. Oh, just bring me a bottle out here, Squids.
Let's go in and get a drink.
It was frustrating breaking down in front of the Glenora distillery.
I've become very familiar with this place. We don't get that started.
But as soon as we started having a look around, we soon forgot about the van.
The beauty of Cape Breton is there's so many little hidden treasures around the island, and the Glenora distillery is one of these. It's the only single malt whiskey distillery in all of North America. A beautiful distillery in a beautiful place. It's just like being in the Scottish Highlands, but it's even better.
Hello. Yeah, good. How you doing?
Good.
Is this where everything happens?
This is where everything happens. Yeah. This is where the distilling actually happens at the distillery. There's different processes that actually goes through, but this is the final step. What's going to happen is that this first still here is going to be where the alcohol goes in first. It gets boiled to about 80 degrees Celsius, burns off, becomes vapor.
Our tour guide, Jana, she was great. She knew exactly what was going on and a real expert in the field of whiskey distillery. But with the car breaking down and all, we just wanted to have a drink, you know.
So what happens is that we age that raw alcohol for 10 years, and this is what
10 years.
This is what we get.
Cool. Here's to Cape Breton.
Cheers.
Cheers. I can't drink it.
Cape Breton, Cabot Trail, and a fine trip.
And let's hope we get the car started.
Beautiful. Wow. So nice.
Nice whiskey. Very nice whiskey.
10 years to make a good thing, eh? And
Years.
wow. I don't know if I could work here. I'd likely be drunk all the time.
We decided to spend the night at the distillery inn and try to get the car going in the morning.
Just push it straight.
All right. You ready?
Keep pushing. Keep
Watch
pushing.
for cars.
It's gotta go faster.
Watch for cars.
Yep.
No? Okay, hold on. Give us a break on this hill. Stop in the hill. Yeah!
You guys ready?
To the Highland Village today. The Highland Village is a replica of an old Scottish settlement. It's a very interesting place. It's a period place where everyone dresses in costumes and they live and work the way the Scottish settlers, the pioneers, did 150, 200 years ago.
How you doing? I'm Steve.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
I'm
to meet
Joanne.
you. Hi, Joanne.
Hello, I'm Chris.
Hi.
We're all brothers.
This is Jeff.
Hi. Jeff. Nice to meet.
Nice to meet you.
This is a heck of a spot.
Beautiful spot, for sure. Not hard to come to this.
I like the costume.
Thanks, thanks.
That's really, really good.
Yeah.
I feel kind of out of place
Well,
with these clothes
we could
on.
probably remedy that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, I'd be in for that. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Joanne, the girl we met, said, why don't you put on some period costumes? So we did, and it was fun. I really felt like I was in that time of when the settlers first came to Cape Breton.
Very nice.
What do you think?
Not bad. Good fit. Good job. Whoa. Oh, you found one of the... Didn't I just ask? Didn't I just say? I'm coming down in a dress. Beautiful.
That's her sister.
I'm ready.
There we go. You got the coolest. Not so much heat.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
good.
ready now.
Everybody looks great.
Proper gear.
Looks like you should be out in a tractor.
This feels a bit better. I think I'm ready to blend in now.
All right. All right.
Aye.
Well, we're off.
Let's go. Let's do it.
We're off down to the 1920s house to make some maracan.
Maracan?
Maracan.
Oh.
So these are the casings.
So that's the intestine of the cow?
That's what it is, the real thing.
I thought they were rubber gloves.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the mix that you put in?
Suet, onion, and oatmeal. Suet is the fat on the kidneys of an animal. It's specific. I mean, there is a lot of fat on the animal, but you get the pure white, snowy white fat around the kidneys. That's the best suet to get.
A lot of flavor?
Yes, a pure, dense fat.
Okay.
And it's funny because it's at least 5, 6. How many generations are we from Scotland? And people still just love
I can't believe
stuff.
that, eh?
Just love it.
Wow. What's in here?
It's big headful. Put it in.
This feels very weird.
And there's a
Feels
lot
like
of...
I'm stuffing a Christmas stocking here for the kids.
Yes, I wonder would they like it.
I wouldn't want to hang that. I wouldn't want to hang that on my chimney though, for too long. It might not be so good in the morning.
Yeah, it's floating now. Yeah, it's a floater.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
While the Matakan was cooking, we went outside for some traditional music and dancing.
Oh no.
It was beautiful, and I had a great time listening to the fiddle, and Joanne was step dancing on the front porch. It was lots of fun, and we had a good time, and at the end we had a big feast.
Blue potatoes.
Are they...
Which came from Scotland as well.
Oh,
originally, yes.
Wow. Turnip. This turnip looks nice.
Yeah, that turnip looks gorgeous.
You boys want to
Yeah.
Sure, a blue potato. I love a blue potato.
Joanne, can you say thank you for the food in Gaelic?
Yeah, for sure. Tapalev Gamod Ishan Biag. And what I said was, thank you very much for the food.
Yeah, very much.
Definitely.
Straight to the Matakan.
Yeah, I wanted some reaction here.
Very first one. Making it looked disgusting, but it was really, really tasty. I really, really enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's delicious.
It's nice. It's nice.
It is good.
It's very good.
It's different from what I thought. Very nice.
Isn't it nice?
Thank you.
Great. Yeah, but another good experience.
Hopefully come back again sometime.
Yeah.
Come on, boys, one more push. Push on the wheel the other way. Give it just a little bit. All it needs a little.
The wheel that way.
When we left the village, the van's reverse gear didn't work.
Think it should go into gear.
Is it going in the gear?
Okay, just remember that there's no reverse on this thing.
Tried to spin it around, but I just didn't have enough room. No reverse. I don't know how I'm gonna park.
We just had to hope the rest of the gears would last until we got back home to Mum and Dad's.
Today, the trip around the Cabot Trail comes to an end.
That's our sister.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I could do that trip over and over.
Oh, you could. You could start right from Seal Island Bridge and come all the way around again.
Our journey was coming to an end, and we were sad that it was over. But we were more concerned with telling Dad about his camper van.
You know, the boys and I have traveled a lot of ways, and it's always worked out, but I don't think a car is the way to go for us. We just have no luck with it whatsoever. Look at that truck in the driveway. What a piece of garbage.
What?
That wouldn't have made it anywhere around the trail.
Not a chance.
Mom and Dad are great. We do some crazy stuff, the boys and I.
It's nice to sit inside.
And they're always there, and I know they'll always be there. They're patient.
Oh, it is nice to be home. Hey, Ma.
The way I look at it is I'm young, and there's a lot to see and do, and it means you have to leave home. You know, home's always going to be here. When you leave, coming back makes it all the more special.
Yeah. Oh, it's great to know. It'd be nice to sleep in my own bed today instead of sharing it with these guys.
Little problem though. The trip was perfect, except for a little problem, Jim. Well, we had a bit of trouble with your.
Wait till he has a couple of beers.
Tell him today if he wants to drive the van.
Someone lose a finger?
No, we had a bit of trouble with your van. A little bit of trouble, we think.
You're not
maybe.
driving the other car. That's the better
transmission. It's either the transmission or the gearbox is screwed.
Or an axle. You can't get it in gear. It doesn't shift the gear.
As punishment for wrecking the van, our dad made us go and pay respect to a true explorer, John Cabot.
We're in Nicaragua, the land of lakes and volcanoes. Everywhere you look here, there's a volcano spewing up from somewhere.
The plan of attack for Nicaragua is to get motorbikes. Whether we can or not, we're not sure.
Volcanoes, surf, cigars. Pretty much, you know, that's what we're looking to do here.
Vamos, vamos!
I've never seen anything this beautiful.
This is crazy.
Watch your taxi, Bass.
Yep. This is a serious market. We're in Nicaragua, and when everyone comes to Central America, they go north to Honduras or south to Costa Rica. The boys and I, of course, we come to Nicaragua. Nicaragua has a pretty tortured past. 25, 30 years ago, a big civil war took place here, and the world's images of Nicaragua are of civil strife and death, and it's not like that anymore. But nobody comes here. But that's the reason the boys and I wanted to come here, was to show the lighter side and the brighter side of Nicaragua. The route that the boys and I are going to take on this trip is starting in the capital city, Managua. Then we're going to head down to the colonial masterpiece, Granada. Then we're going to head straight out to the Pacific Ocean on our motorbikes, surf some filthy waves out there. Then we're going to head back inland to Lake Nicaragua. We're going to take a ferry out to Ometepe Island, and we want to finish up our trip by climbing Volcano Madera in the center of Lake Nicaragua on Isle Ometepe.
The plan of attack here in Nicaragua is to rent bikes. I think we're going to struggle. The roads are pretty dangerous, and we've heard that there is a few banditos around that we have to worry about. And the thing is, Chris doesn't drive a bike. He's never been on a motorcycle.
I've driven the rickshaw across India, but I haven't driven the motorbike.
You can get lost in this joint easily, eh?
It's dangerous, man. You get lost way the hell back.
Yeah. We're going into one of the biggest markets in Central America, and usually I don't really get nervous about going to places like this, but every guidebook we've looked at says this is the most dangerous market around in Central America. So I do have butterflies. I'm a little bit nervous, and I don't usually get that, but we've got to find motorbikes. We've got to try to find them somewhere, and it's 50 blocks of market. There's got to be a motorcycle in there. There has to be. This is chaotic as hell, this market, isn't it?
One good thing about traveling with Jeff and Steve, you know, we're watching each other's backs. And I know when the guys are with me that they've got my back covered, and I'm as safe as I'm going to be with anyone. You know, we go down together, we fight to the bitter end, and it's a bit comforting when you know the brothers are there and you got them at your side.
This is our kind of market.
All we're looking for is motorbikes.
Yeah, we just got to find motorbikes.
How are you going to find a motorbike to rent in here?
We have to ask.
Anything. We got everything.
Vegetables, toiletries, belts.
We can buy underwear, sneakers. Yeah. This is the banana section, boys.
Lots of food stands to get explosive diarrhea at as well.
We looked everywhere in the market for bikes and stuff for bikes, but we couldn't find anything. We couldn't find anywhere to rent motorcycles.
Let's ask this guy for motorbikes. Hola, hola. Scusi. Motorbike.
Ah, you want to rent a motorbike?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, you can go to Lulu.
Speak English?
Yes, I do.
Good.
You speak English, right?
Yes, this is great.
But the thing I did learn was how to say, where can I rent a motorcycle? We met this guy who spoke really good English, which I was really surprised with. And he taught us how to say this.
How do you say, can I rent a motorcycle?
Que ¿dónde yo puedo rentar una motocicleta?
So,
¿Dónde puedo rentar una moto?
¿Dónde yo puedo rentar una motociclo?
Exactly. Okay, man. Nice
Gracias.
Keep it up.
Yeah, gracias.
Quick, catch that guy. Ask him where he gets that motorbike.
¿Dónde yo puedo rento una motociclo?
Where can you rent?
Comprar solo. Rentar no renta.
No, rental.
¿No posible?
No posible rentar, solo rentar solo. Nueva,
Nuevo. Gracias. Gracias, amigo. Gracias.
That's what we need.
So you can't.
We struck out. Can't get bikes in the market. We were hoping we'd be able to, but it's too crazy, too chaotic. You can get everything else, but no motorbikes.
So we gotta get a bike like that. That's mutton dressed up as lamb, that is.
Our plan was to just come down, grab some motorbikes and start heading out into the countryside, but we've had a lot more trouble finding motorbikes than we thought we were going to have. And I'm not even sure if we're going to get them, really. It's been tough.
This isn't happening down here, guys.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'd say let's take a bus to Granada, and then we'll start looking again there.
Well, that'll give me time to practice my Spanish. Donde yo puedo rentar una motociclo. All right, we get this, boys. Next time, if I practice that up, it'll be nice. The plan of attack here in Nicaragua is to rent bikes. I think we're going to struggle.
Puedo rentar una moto.
Rentar no renta.
No, rental.
No pasito?
We couldn't find any bikes here in Managua, so we're going to go to the next town, Granada. We're going to take local bus. Should be a bit of fun.
It's not as busy as I thought it'd be here. Granada, huh? Sí.
7 minutos para salir.
7. Yeah, 7 minutes. Nice.
7 minutos.
7 minutos para salir.
30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
7 minutes. Our Spanish is coming along. Nice.
I'm kind of glad in a way we didn't find the motorcycles, because it gave us the chance to take the local buses, and the local buses are great.
As soon as you get on a local bus, you're with the people. That's what Eagar Brothers travel is all about, is seeing a country through the people's eyes.
There's lots of yelling, lots of action, good smells and sounds and sights, and just taking a bus here is all part of the fun and part of the culture.
You have people jumping on the bus, trying to sell you stuff. Great snacks. We were eating some plantain, some caramel popcorn, some buttered popcorn.
I can't wait to get to the beach. How nice would that be? Catch a couple waves down there? It'd be beautiful.
So it was a great bus ride. It was comfortable, and what a view. I mean, just everywhere you look, there's beautiful volcanoes, beautiful scenery.
It was late by the time the bus got us to Granada, so we had to wait until the morning to start our search for motorcycles.
Granada's a great city. It is spectacular. It's like walking back 500 years in time and coming out to the old Spanish colonial times. The whole feel and atmosphere of this town is just fantastic. Beautiful place. We got up for sunrise this morning and we climbed to the top of the bell tower in one of the churches here. And what a spectacular sunrise. Just, it's breathtaking.
This is one nice town.
Oh, beautiful.
I think we should start looking right away, guys, for motorbikes again.
We have to. Yeah. We gotta get bikes.
We have to get bikes. That's the way to travel if we can do it.
But we're gonna have to get. Let's get a Spanish lesson while we're here.
Oh, we need to. Yeah. Yesterday, I tried to learn how to even say, where do we rent bikes? Not easy.
Yeah, let's try to get a Spanish lesson, then we'll start asking around for bikes again. Our Spanish has been crap. It's hard to communicate, hard to find motorbikes, so we decided to take a lesson.
Yep. Spanish school. And it was a beautiful building. And it was completely empty. It was only us.
Wow.
It was an ideal place. Just so Spanish. You know, being in such a Spanish place, I thought it would help me in my Spanish lessons.
Wow, this is...
But not a bit.
Muy grande.
Muy grande.
Muy grande.
Muy
Muy grande. See, our Spanish isn't very good.
Let's get right down to business. We got a lot of questions. How do you say, I just blew a tire?
La llanta
La llanta.
de mi motocicleta está ponchada.
Oh, this is flat tire. La llanta.
How to say, where is a gas station?
¿Dónde está la gasolinera?
Write that one down.
Can you help me?
Okay, can you help me? En español, ¿puede ayudarme?
It's a hard one.
So, helmet. Casco.
Muy bien. How many? 1 second, I'll say.
He's got to think about this.
¿Dónde yo puedo rentar una motocicleta?
¿Dónde yo puedo rentar una motocicleta?
¿Dónde yo puedo?
Puedo.
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 Puedo. Puedo.
Pue. Pu.
Pu.
Pu. E.
Pu. E.
Do.
Puedo.
Puedo. He's been working on this for 2 days now. He's been working on this for 2 days.
He's killing me. I can barely speak English, let alone Spanish. Okay, I'm trying it again. I'm getting this.
I must say, though, Krusty's Spanish is horrible, but no matter how bad you speak it, it's a nice bridge for the locals. So I give Krusty credit there. He's trying hard. He's not going very far, but he's trying.
¿Dónde yo puedo rentar una motocicleta?
No, uno. Una.
Una. I almost had it. Okay, one more time. ¿Dónde yo puedo rentar?
We couldn't find any bikes here in Managua, so we're gonna go to the next town, Granada. Have a look there.
He's been working on this.
Okay, yes. I can barely speak English, let alone Spanish.
On our way to find bikes, we stopped by the Mombacho cigar factory.
Boys and I are gonna try to hand roll our own cigars right now, and I think I'm gonna roll the best one.
I'm looking forward to trying to roll a cigar. Yeah, I've never seen it done.
This is 3 years age. All the Maduro that I make is organic.
One of the co-owners of the cigar factory, Silvio, what a great guy. He let us come into the factory.
But just the smell, if you can smell those leaves, you want to eat
right
them.
in there.
Look at how beautiful color it is. Look at this one. Look at this one, how beautiful it looks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it like a napkin in my pocket, you know, because it smells so good. And
So there was only 4 workers and Silvio. So it's a very small operation, close-knit, a family-run organization.
Juan, the roller, he's a master roller. He's been rolling for 17 years.
every cigar has got 5 different kinds of tobacco. On the dark is the crown, the one on top of the plant. I mean, you want a mild cigar, you put a little bit of the crown. You want a stronger, you put more and more, but not many people like a strong cigar.
So less crown makes it more mild.
Make it more mild.
More mild, less crown. And that's the top of the leaf.
That's the top of the leaf, yeah. Now, another good thing about the cigar, when you want to make a good cigar, the 5 different kinds, it has to be from different soil, from different plantations.
You're telling your secrets.
Well,
nobody can make a cigar this nice.
No, because when you make something we love, everything's gotten better.
I have an absolute new appreciation for the time, effort, and basically, the love that goes into a cigar. Everything done by hand, you know? They're using these kind of old, antiquated blades, which work perfect.
So that's the final outside.
That's the final
wrapper
the
that she's putting on.
Yes.
They make this look very simple.
Yeah,
It looks very easy when they do this.
But Silvio, can we roll a cigar?
Sure?
Can we try to roll a cigar?
I don't think you're gonna try. I know you're gonna do one of the good cigars.
All right.
Gracias, Juan. Krusty and Squids and I had a roll-off, rolling our own cigars.
Wow, one makes it look so easy.
Make it tight. It's better when you make it tight.
Ah, this is hard.
Let me tell you, I haven't seen yours, but I can see you're doing really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good.
I've got all the love in here, baby.
Look at his.
Not so much love, it's fast. I like it. So this is one, Krusty, Bass, Squids.
My cigar's a nice looking cigar. I like my cigar.
What do you do with this little wooden board?
Okay, this is a mold. After he fill it up, go to the press. And they keep on the press.
Ah, this is the
10
press.
minutes.
Do you want me to press?
This is really old school. This is great.
This way?
I mean, 10 minutes, they turn it like 90 degrees for another 10 minutes.
And cut? Quick?
I was expecting that we'd have absolute trash that you couldn't even get a draw on. But our cigars were great. We did a good job.
Okay, now we need to judge. Best cigar. Who's number one? Numero uno. Numero uno.
Don't worry, you won't hurt our feelings.
What?
Good job.
Wait a minute, Juan's gonna take now. Yeah! All right. Juan, give me a hug. Gracias, amigo.
Let me tell you,
Tiebreaker.
for me, believe me. I'm gonna give it to him. Thanks.
So Ty, in the end, I'm guessing that perhaps they did that just to avoid a fight between us. But our first hand-rolled cigar, and it turned out pretty good.
Beautiful.
As soon as we're done these, we gotta get back to searching for motorcycles.
Oh, yeah. Donde yo puedo rentar una motocicleta?
Close enough. This is one nice town. When everyone comes to Central America, they go north to Honduras or south to Costa Rica. The boys and I, of course, we come to Nicaragua.
Donde yo puedo rentar?
Oh, there's bikes there?
We finally spotted some bikes outside a shop and decided to check it out.
Motorbikes.
Buenos.
Buenos.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Go ahead, Krusty.
I'm gonna try to remember it now. Pueda rentar tres motocicletas? See? You got it?
I couldn't believe it. When I used my Spanish, it got us the rental a bike.
These, un, dos, tres. See?
Oh.
We thought
Not
it was
bad.
great
Not bad.
until we saw the motorbikes.
Will they get us there? Does this work? Working? No problem? No problem.
Brakes? Brake, okay? Oh my goodness. It sounds empty and hollow.
Blinker doesn't work.
They have no back brake lights.
Want them to fix it.
Pieces are hanging off everywhere.
How is it? Fast?
I don't know if they'll make it, really.
I think they look like garbage. These things are horrible. I don't think we're going to be able to drive these in the roads that we're going on. I'm almost thinking this is a real stupid idea.
I'm gonna be fine. Krusty's gonna be fine, but Squids is a bit of an issue, I think. They're not good bikes, and he's never driven one before.
Do you think you can drive the bike out here?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just concerned if you're out in the middle of nowhere and these things break down, then what do? How do we get them back?
Well, who cares? We deal with that later. I don't care about that.
We've
done worse things in worse places.
The way I look at it, we drove a rickshaw across India. We can drive anything.
Let's do the paperwork.
Some people think, we're being stupid and crazy.
But I want the best bike.
But when it really comes down to it, I wouldn't do something, or I'd like to think I wouldn't do something that I know is dangerous.
These helmets are as thick as eggshells. Death trap, baby. Nice one. Now look at this, watch this. I pull this down, right off my face.
All right, fellas. Let's rock.
In any other developed country, they wouldn't be allowed on the road. They would not pass inspection. But we didn't have many other choices. Where we're going on the coast, you can't really take a bus, so we needed a bike.
When you get up to go 50 or 60 on these bikes, the steering wheel starts to shake. They are dangerous.
My brothers and I, we do pretty crazy stuff, and it's part of the road. It's part of these adventures is doing things that are a bit risky.
Just had our first try on the bike, and I feel good driving it. I'm feeling comfortable. I don't really trust the bike itself.
The drivers are bad. The bike is bad. There's nothing safe about it. My brakes don't work.
Take a bus. Take a bus if you come to Nicaragua. Don't drive a bike. That's
not one of these bikes.
Not one of these junk bikes, man. Take a bus.
We turned around back to Granada, spent another night there, then made them give us better bikes in the morning.
Well, we got better bikes, and when I say better, I don't mean good. I just mean that at least the lights work, the blinkers work, and there isn't shit hanging off the bikes everywhere that's a liability on the road. And although these bikes aren't great, it's still fun to be on a bike, regardless. Any motorbike's a lot of fun, even when they are junk. Although I feel like a bit of a jackass wearing this big, bright, yellow, banana-type helmet, and I look like a fool on the bike, it's still fun to be on a bike, you know what I mean?
We're heading to the coast, to Playa Gigante, where we'll sleep on the beach tonight and try to surf in the morning.
Nice scenery, though.
That's the one thing about these bikes, is you just have so much freedom. Good way to travel.
Oh, yeah. If the bikes make it.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I didn't really know what to expect when I was on the plane flying in here to Nicaragua, and I was pretty happy with what I found when I got here. It's a beautiful country.
You'll be climbing one of those in a few days.
And I'm surprised that more people don't come here.
We took the Pan American Highway to a junction called Rivas, little town. Interesting place.
What a cowboy town.
Yeah. You know, so many people say Nicaragua's a dangerous place, but the people are friendly. They're all smiling, they're all waving to you, they're all trying to talk to you, and they're really, really nice people. Just the misconceptions, it's quite incredible.
In Rivas, we stopped at a comedor for lunch.
Hola. Food.
Pollo.
Pollo.
Arroz, frijoles.
Frijoles.
Oh, okay. And it was the perfect Eagar Brothers little eatery.
Oh, look. What? A little bit of hot picante. Oh, that doesn't give me a bad guts. They burn it right through you.
We didn't really know what we were ordering, but
holy, that was quick.
Came out, the food was great.
Oh, that means beautiful.
Pollo, pollo con verdura.
Okay.
Está bien que le pongo pollo con verdura.
Did you get all that? Okay.
Yeah, okay, see.
See. Gracias, gracias.
Surprise us.
It's good.
The food was great, cheap, healthy. The lady serving the food, she was wonderful. It was just a great place to stop for a cheap meal on the way. I'm gonna get some of this in there, boys.
That would either give you straight diarrhea or burn it out of you.
All right. It's been sitting on the table in the sun, but a place that not a lot of tourists would stop and eat, but I highly recommend it.
Gracias. We were looking for hammocks so we could sleep on the beach.
Oh,
and we've seen these people laying in 3 hammocks.
Beach.
Yeah, this is exactly what
These guys selling them or just chilling? I don't know.
And they had some rope and stuff. And we really couldn't tell if it was a hammock shop or not.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
Bien.
Hola, amigo.
He's testing the hammock. Testo hamuka.
Perfect.
Oh, muy bien.
I like them. They're made from like
this is good.
Canvas sacks. They're perfect canvas.
These are good, actually.
¿Cuánto cuesta? 100.
100. That's how much? $5? Yeah. $5?
Tres hamuka.
Tres hamuka, 2.50.
Ah, that's easy.
Ah, fantastic.
So they gave us the hammocks that they were laying in.
And I'm hoping that it was a hammock shop, because I'm hoping we just didn't buy their hammocks from them and they're now without a hammock.
Oh, they'll be fine. They'll just make another one.
We left Rivas and got back on the road when my bike suddenly had problems.
My gas isn't getting through. Just stalled. Really weird. Stalled.
Your bike's not working?
No, not really. Just stalled. It's like the gas line, it's not getting petrol.
Ooh, that's nice. This is not good, because now we're starting to get way out off the beaten path, so...
We're heading to the coast, to Playa Gigante, where we'll sleep on the beach tonight and try to surf in the morning.
I can see if I fit in one.
After a few minutes, the bike finally started again.
The thing is, though, if it doesn't start next time...
And we're in the middle of nowhere. Well, we deal with that problem when it arises.
All right, then. Yeah, I hope we don't have too many problems, because it's getting dark. It's 4 o'clock. We've got to really get there before dark. A, we don't know where we're going. And B, if that bike breaks down in the dark, then you're in trouble. Is it working okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's just dirt in the lines.
Probably. He's probably never been serviced.
Yeah, no.
Now it's starting to get nice and rural, eh?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, the roads like this, though, where it's beautiful.
Oh, even on a crop bike, it's nice.
Well, it depends if his crap bike keeps going or not. Don't we have to turn somewhere around here? Which way?
We have to ask someone. What's up?
Should we ask these people?
Playa Gigante. ¿Dónde Playa Gigante? You guys getting all that?
La salina y todo eso es lo largo.
Ah, Salina. Okay.
I think this is what she was talking about.
Yeah, that's what she said.
He said it.
Oh, yeah, now we got some roads.
There we go.
Drive faster so we can catch that sunset.
I know, but you gotta be careful. These roads are dangerous, man.
Don't worry about using the gas. Guy drives like the grandmother. Traveling with the boys, I never really ever get frustrated traveling with Jeff and Chris. And I was getting really pissed off driving the motorbike with Jeff. Jeff just drives like a granny.
I drive a bit slow. Because of the wind and the big trucks going by, I want to have safety first.
I'd like to get that
but the boys are giving me a hard time, always giving me the gears about driving too slow, but safety first, safety first.
How's Grandma doing back there? Wow, is that the ocean there?
Yep.
Look at that.
We
didn't know where the beach was, but we just came over this little hill. When we came over the hill, we could see a fire in the sky. Oh, look at the sun was setting. It's like a fire
Then
in
as
the
we
sky.
came over the hill,
Boom! The ocean was right in front of me. That is beautiful. Oh, a couple days here, just catching some waves. That is what I'm talking about. Let's just hope our surfboards are better than our bikes.
We thought, you know, we're here at the beach. We may as well use our hammocks and string them up and get a night's sleep here along the side of the beach. We could never have tried to find a better setting. It was absolutely stunning.
we woke up this morning, and it's like a dream. It's like waking up in the middle of the dream when you're here. And such a beautiful place to wake up to. I wish I could wake up to this every day.
There are a few places that have been set up, a small tourist industry, but basically, we are pretty remote.
Ooh. I can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, it's been 10 years since I've been in the water, lads. This is my first time back on a board in 10 years. Wow. I can't
We stumbled upon an American girl who was living down here, Cassidy.
Don't worry, Ben. Pull your pants up. You gonna catch some waves?
No.
Yeah, well.
She hooked us up. She was able to show us a place where we could get surfboards and rent them. We took a couple of local dudes with us as well to take us to where the surf was breaking. The best waves in this area are not on the local beaches, so you have to take a boat.
Bien surfista?
Sí.
Ah, yeah?
So this beach right here gets waves, but nobody knows about it.
That untouched beach.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. That is crazy.
There's not many people that even know about Nicaragua or come here, really. People are still afraid to come here.
Yeah, that's crazy, because people are friendly, but I guess it's, you know, people reading at home, they're saying, you're going to Nicaragua, isn't that dangerous?
Yeah. How many people said that to you? Like,
everyone.
You know, the people that stay at the resorts, they usually don't make their way here, and that's okay with us.
That's why we love it. That's why we wanted to come here. You know, people in the resorts can stay in the resorts.
Yeah.
We'll enjoy taking the bikes in the back roads and getting to a place that there's nobody.
But look at your reward.
Yeah.
Look at what you get for taking the journey.
Yep. Oh, that's them, isn't it? Oh, there is some waves out there. That looks pretty big, Cassidy.
Yeah.
They're small.
Yeah.
That's a big wave. That is. And this little dude, little grommet, Chele, he came out with us and he was showing us where the good breaks were. And he can surf, man. He's 11 years old and he just rips it up. I mean, he grew up on the beach. He grew up with a surfboard. You know, some people at home in Canada, they grew up skating. He grew up surfing, and you can tell he can surf.
We basically had it all to ourselves. Some of the best surf I've ever seen in my life. And we had it all to ourselves. Fantastic.
Squids, he does all right, man. He caught some nice waves today. But I mean, he lives in Australia, so he's used to catching waves. He gets to surf pretty much every day. So it's quite embarrassing surfing with him, because he makes it look pretty easy himself. But I'm glad Jeff's here, because he's as useless as I am on a surfboard. So thank God for that, because I wouldn't want to be the only one that wasn't catching waves, you know?
I think Jeff and Steve did pretty well in the surfing, all things considered. You know, they haven't touched the board in years. And they kept getting hammered and hammered. But right straight back on the board and paddling out. It's good to see, you know, the boys are tough.
I knew these waves here in Nicaragua were going to be good, but damn, they were sick. Beautiful. You can't find any better waves anywhere. The trip already is worth it.
It's not easy. If you haven't surfed in a couple years, and your body's just not used to it, but loving it, man. I can't wait to get back out there. I'll have a little break, charge up, back in. Unbelievable. You can't get better. We're the only ones here, the only ones on the wave. How's Grandma doing back there?
The trip was coming to an end, but we still needed to make it to the top of a volcano. Yesterday, we finally made a split from Playa Gigante.
I'd love to come back, do some more surfing. Ometepe, boys, let's hit it.
It was tough. That place is like a little paradise. I really didn't want to leave, but volcanoes were calling. And yeah, we just wanted to get to the top of Madera and Ometepe. We made our way back towards Rivas, then onto San Jorge to catch a ferry to the island of Ometepe.
Wow, look at that volcano. Oh. This is the last leg of our trip. That island over there, Ometepe. And tomorrow we're going to climb to the top of Madera's volcano and smoke a big fat stogie on the top of that volcano. I can't wait. Tres hermanos.
Uno cada uno.
Yeah. Tres hermanos.
Bueno.
Eagar brothers.
Sí.
Eagar brothers.
Gracias, amigo.
See? We'll go meet the Capitan.
Ay, el capitán allí. Hay cerveza también.
Oh,
cerveza.
Oh, we'll go check on him.
Drinking cerveza.
I'm going to go tell him to stop. I'll go tell him to stop. Let's go.
As always, there's lots of great activity and life around the port. One thing we even saw was kids jumping off the ferries into the water. You know, anywhere else in the West it would be totally prohibited. But here, kids could do that kind of stuff and nobody really bothers. It is dangerous, but you know, it's kind of do it at your own risk.
Volcán Concepción.
Sí, Volcán Concepción y el Volcán Madera.
Madera,
sí.
Bonita.
Bonita. Lindo, claro.
We met the captain and spoke to him. And when I say spoke to him, it's more of a hit and miss and a guess of what he's saying to us, because our Spanish is very limited, well, especially mine.
Mañana, Madera's, Volcán Madera's, climbing.
Ah, van a escalar.
Sí. Mañana.
Bonito. Bueno, hay una laguna de agua.
We arrived at night on our motorbikes, and there's nothing worse than having to drive the bikes at night, especially in places that you're not familiar with. There's no street lights, and it's really, really difficult to navigate around this island at night when you're tired, you don't know where you're going.
I don't know which way to go. Hey.
I think straight up here, right?
Straight? Nowhere else to go.
So it was really, really dangerous, and when you're tired like that, you're just not fully aware of what's going on, and you're not concentrating, so I'm just glad we got here in one piece, because it just wasn't a fun ride.
We woke up and it was finally the last day of our trip, and our goal all along has been to climb Madera.
I just found this fella on my bed.
And it's a bit of an adventure to get to this island. The island's a little bit rugged, and it's a very basic place. Only local villages and farmers and fishermen.
This is pretty remote, isn't it? Yes, it is.
So it's very exotic, very grassroots Nicaraguan, just the kind of place we were looking for.
What's up? I run over by a horse. Is this
nice? I hope it's not muddy.
You think it'll be muddy?
Yep, could be. I don't know. I have no idea, but it could be.
These guys don't have really good boots from birds. I'm looking forward to taking a swim in that lake. Volcano lake. Laguna.
Normally, us Eagar bros like to do our own thing.
So.
Don't like taking guides, but here on Ometepe, in order to climb Madera, you need a guide. It's government regulated. So our guide, Carlos, came along.
Slippery.
But I was kind of shocked. He came out in these white trainers, white sneakers, and jeans. You know, I expected a guide to be a bit more rugged and ready for the elements. But
actually, I feel a few sprinkles of rain.
Yeah,
well,
you never know sometimes.
Carlos gave me this, and I don't know why he gave it to me. I don't know if it's for the bush or for wild animals, but I'm hoping it's for the bush. Oh, that was a good knife. Ha! It's true. It's
I'm
humid.
tired already. We haven't even got off the foot of the volcano.
You haven't even gotten an incline yet.
The surfing killed me.
Takes a good idea.
So this is all coffee plantation.
That's what that all is?
Yeah.
I'm looking most forward to the lake. Howler monkeys. Sounds like my stomach when I don't get fed for an afternoon.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's neat. Oh, cool.
Serious.
Carlos, ¿cuántos años?
Años, dice usted.
Sí.
Son los indígenas cuando empezaron a hacer eso, los indios.
Should have got a little bit more Spanish lessons, lads. I have no idea. Gracias.
Yeah, they would have carved that one. Probably carrying a virgin up to the top to chuck into the volcano as an offering.
I doubt that, lads. This is where the two sticks come in handy. For balance. These rocks are slippery, so a lot of mud.
But maybe 2 hours into the hike, it was just a quagmire of mud. You know, we needed at least one walking stick. Steve had two.
Yeah, this is serious mud.
Just absolute mud pit, filth, and slippery and crap. It's probably one of the worst walks I've ever done. You're staring straight down at your boots. You're trying to jump from stone to stone, looking for dry roots to stand on, and you can't enjoy any scenery.
Every step, you have to plant your foot and suck out of the mud, and be careful that you don't fall on your face and smack your head off a rock.
When we finally reached the top, we were even more disappointed.
Oh, boys. Look at this.
Carlos? La cima?
What's that?
This is La cima.
What's
This is the top.
This is the top?
There was nothing there. I expected a nice big panoramic view. I expected to see down into the crater. I expected to see all around the lake, but there was nothing.
This is the I thought if we came up here, we'd see all of Nicaragua and up to Mexico. This is the top.
Made it to the top of the volcano, boys.
This is not what I expected.
Not too impressive.
Oh, look at that volcano.
This is the last leg of our trip. It's not money. We're gonna climb to the top of Madera's volcano.
We made it down into the crater of the volcano and finally had something to make the walk worthwhile.
Here it is, fellas. That's the lake.
Whoa. Whoa. That's incredible. You're in the belly of a volcano.
Oh, no,
You are in the guts of a volcano.
Wow.
That is great. Wow. That's beautiful. In the guts of the volcano.
Carlos! Fantastico!
We made it.
Good job, Carlos.
That's sure as hell better than the top. Good work.
That's pretty cool.
That is.
I never expected this.
Me neither. The walk wasn't pleasant at all. But, you know, I like it because you've got to work for things, you know? Things don't come easy, and that lake was beautiful. And I think what made the lake even nicer is the fact that you had to work so hard to get there. And actually, I spoke to a guy yesterday, and he said, oh, nah, I can't be bothered walking up there. I'll just look at the lake in a postcard. It's not the same, you know what I mean? It's not the same looking at a lake in a postcard as it is just sitting there. You kind of feel like you're in the middle of nowhere, because basically you are.
This is worth that big, dirty, muddy hike to see this. This is totally funky.
I'm going for a swim, boys. I'm going for a dip.
You want to?
Yeah. Definitely.
Sure, why not? It's a volcanic crater lake. Let's get in there.
When can you ever say you went swimming in the middle of a volcano?
I'm taking off my shoes.
Jeez. It looks like beautiful sand as well. Definitely go in there. Yeah, definitely. Holy freak! Whoa.
Oh!
Maybe not. That's mud. Maybe a won't go swimming. Look at that. You step in that. You might not be coming out.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's hard to believe you're sitting in the middle of a volcano. But when we got to the top there, we couldn't see anything. I was thinking, what a waste of a walk. But then you get down in here and see this crater lake. It's unbelievable.
That's pretty cool.
Jeez.
Well, I said we were going to smoke I was going to smoke a cigar, and that's what I want to do.
Yeah. Too bad there wasn't lava here. You'd let the spark it right up off the lava. A couple thousand years ago, maybe. I can't believe it's over. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm so surprised coming to Nicaragua. So many people, when I told them the boys and I were coming to Nicaragua, it was the same reaction from everybody. Isn't that dangerous? You should be very careful going to Nicaragua. I heard it's very, very dangerous. Coming here, it's nothing but beautiful people, smiles, lakes, volcanoes, beautiful cigars, great surf.
We got her, boys. Got our surfing. Got our volcanoes.
Some nice waves.
We got our cigars.
It's
place is special, the people, the scenery, and it's a simple place, and that's what us Eagar Bros are all about. It was another classic trip.
And I learned a lot of Spanish. My Spanish is excellent now.
Yeah.
We chose the perfect country to come and visit, and it repaid us in kindness and sincerity, and just we had a fabulous time. It was a perfect trip.
I can't wait for the next trip.
Christy, I have a question for you.
Okay.
About the class.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Okay. How do you say in Spanish, when can I rent a motorcycle?
Okay, 1 second, I'm saying. Okay. ¿Dónde yo puedo rentar una motocicleta?
Okay.
Yes!